Jesse, what do you think about consistency?
I know I hear this a lot. I've heard it from you, heard it from many people. How you do one thing is how you do everything. And that's how consistency starts. So if you start to do things the right way and you you start to form some type of discipline in your life, discipline will create consistency. Because you cannot be motivated without being disciplined. We could sit there all day and say, we're going to go to the gym, we're going to come to this training, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But then you don't do it. But if you have the discipline to do it, then it's just going to come at you naturally, and that'll create consistency. So be disciplined, create discipline in your life, and consistency will come. Because if you can master the discipline, there's nothing that you can't do. So that'll create consistency.
Sophia, what are your thoughts?
Basically, consistency, local.
I always get on Alfred and I always get on Felix. I always talking crap to him about the gym. Just go to the gym today. Just go to the gym today. But and it's just, just busting chops, But for me, I always think health is wealth. At one point, I was 270, and now I'm 205. Yeah. Okay, so I lost a lot of weight, but it took me discipline to get up, go every day to the gym, every single day. For the last 3 years, it took me about a year and a half to lose all that weight. And now when I get to the gym, it's like, that's my comfort zone. Like, I don't want to leave. I want to get there. I want to work out. I want to, get my feeling the next day of being sore. There's days where I'm like, man, I hope I wake up sore tomorrow. I hope I wake up sore tomorrow. There's some people who are like, man, I woke up sore and it just hurt me bad. So if I could put my mind to that and be that disciplined, then to go to Alfred's trainings and to get out there, pick up the phone and make those calls, if you keep doing it, it's gonna be consistency will come.
Look, right now I know real estate is tough, right, Sophia? Maria, is real estate tough?
It's always been.
It's always been. Tell me more about that. Why it's always been tough?
Because you gotta do the work you guys are talking about. If you don't do it, it just doesn't happen.
So let me ask you this, then why do you continue to do it?
Because I love what I do.
Okay, perfect answer, right? So if we love what we do, right? Are we doing everything that we're supposed to do for our work?
No.
Why is that? I'm just elaborating with you. Why you think that? Not to pick on you.
There's just too many variables that interfere at one time or another. So then your inconsistency comes in.
So that's what you have to tell yourself. That's why I harp on you guys, because I care. If you're not protecting your time in the morning and it has nothing to do with your business, it's not important. It's not important. That's the reality of it. It has nothing to do with training. It's not important. I don't get lucky. I didn't want to wake up this morning. The gym right now that I'm going to is 20 minutes away. Felix will tell you. The gym right across the street is being remodeled. It was cold. I could come up with 100 excuses why not to go to the gym. But I still have to show up because I'm committed to myself, right? Same thing with training. I can give you all the leads. I could give you my open houses. But if you're not there and you don't get a buyer or you don't get a seller from it, you just wasted 4 or 5 hours of your time because you wanted to check the box, come here on a Monday and say, oh, I did an open house. Okay, how many leads did you get? 0. Did you get any new contracts? No. Why is that? Because you didn't ask the right questions. And here's another thing, right? If you're at an open house and the open house is dead, what do you think you should be doing? The weekends are the best times to call anyways. Hey, I get it. Justino's having a party. Elizabeth is having a wedding. Felix is throwing a... There's always going to be something happening every single week. So you have to tell yourself, once again, and I know this hurts because it hurts me, my bank account is not where it should be. And I get stressed out. I tell my wife not to be spending money. I tell the kids I'm not taking you to Disneyland this week. I stop buying my daughter. I'm telling you, it hurts. It really freaking hurts because my bank account is not where it should be. And it's because of me. There's nobody else to blame. It's just me. Right now, I protect my time. I don't get in small chat. I know what I need to do. I know I need to practice my scripts because I know the better I get at talking, the better I get at learning what to say, the better I get at handling objections. I'm going to get in front of more living rooms, in front of more people, and make more money. Now, scripts, I don't know why agents are scared of them. They're just a guide to a great conversation. They're just to guide you to learn how to ask those questions. Then you make them yours. Make them yours. Put your personality into it. You don't have to say them verbatim, word per word. But right now, real quick, right now, if I was to say, and not to put people on the spot, I just want you to realize this right now. This is how crucial it is for those that are making calls. Sophia, if somebody says, Sophia, I'm not interested. Call me in a month. What are you going to say?
Okay.
The reality, look, it's not a joke, right? Let's just say, for shits and giggles, you're calling for 4 hours, okay? 4 hours. You're calling. And somebody tells you, I'm not interested, what would you say?
It looked like you had interest on phone. It would change.
Oh, no, I'm interested, but call me in the springtime.
What is going to change from now to springtime?
I just need more time to think about it.
Why is that? Because you have the intent to sell a phone.
Yeah, but at this point, plans change. Call me back in the springtime.
What were you going to do if you sold the property?
We were moving to Mexico, but you know what, Sophia? I got to go. I'm kind of busy. How many of you get those calls? Right? There's another one that's killing people right now, and I have to learn it myself. Elizabeth, I see you calling me. I'm just using an example. I see you're calling me right now. You're like the 5th agent to call me. Why are you calling me? Do you have a buyer for me?
That's a great question. That's a great question. We specialize in that, yes. Actually, I've been practicing, and right now you're putting me on this.
Let's try to get.
Okay, that's a great question. We work with multiple buyers and sellers, and that's exactly what we do. We generate multiple listings and multiple offers for our listings, and that's what we do is we actively pursue buyers.
Okay, you're along the lines. How do you feel about that? What you just said?
I feel good about saying it, but yeah, it needs to be more organic.
Okay? I'm coming to you, Justino. I want you guys to know, I'm not picking on you. I just want you to know, you need to be ready to respond, not react. Because people can hear that over the phone. If you're an amateur and you come to sell the biggest investment in my house, I'm going to interview somebody else. That's just the way it is, right? Would you give, let me ask you this question. Would you give somebody your listing of your house that you work your butt off to sell to somebody who doesn't know what they're doing? No. So you need to ask yourself, am I good enough to get this listing? Because if you didn't get the listing, it's because you didn't bring enough value, right? Now I have to be tough on you guys because I need to keep it real. I don't want to be a fake guy telling you to do something I wouldn't do. And I tell you guys this because I care. I don't want to see just my name up on the board. It's a lot of freaking pressure, but pressure makes diamonds. So I see a lot of potential in you guys, but you gotta be more structured. You gotta protect your time. I don't care if your mom's calling you, tell her, don't answer the phone. Call her after 12. Everybody now on my thing, hey, my salaries right now, I'm about to open escrow. I'm available after 12. The person making calls for me, hey, his name's Ben. Ben, I'm available till 11. Everybody I'm pushing out. My wife, I'm doing this. Don't call me till after 12. I'm busy. So you need to protect your time. I don't care who it is. You need to protect your time. You have photos to do? Do it after 12. You don't have to do it in the morning just to get out of the way. Do it after 12. Somebody needs to talk. Do it after 12. I'm telling you, if you prospect for 3 hours a day, you're going to get better at it. And if you see this sheet right here, this sheet right here. You guys have it, right? This is what's killing your dreams right here. This is what's killing you guys. This is the reason why here you're not going to get any appointments. So can we all agree, if we knew how to answer these questions here, how much money you think you would make more? Think about that. You guys have it? If you don't have that document that's right here by where we put the donuts, If you're just doing the same amount of deals you did last year and you're doing the same thing and you don't want to improve, it's going to be on you because you are not practicing enough to writing these objections down every day and how to handle them. Let me ask you this. I know I have some of you guys accountable. Would you guys commit? I'm not going to say 90 days because that's a commitment I made with my coach. Can we all here commit for 30 days only? I'll talk to Felix. I'll take you guys all to Top Golf for lunch. I'll write your name down. Can you guys all commit for 30 days to write your scripts at night and send me a picture? You're going to group text it to me and Felix. You're going to write your scripts like I do to you guys to show you guys that what I'm doing at 7:30, I'm writing my scripts down because I want to master them. Can you commit to that, Sophia? Can you commit to that, Maria? If you can't, it's okay. I'm just saying if you could or you can't.
It doesn't matter how late?
It doesn't matter how late, as long as you text the group. I don't care if it's 12 at night and you did your scripts for 30 days.
Okay.
You're willing to commit. Sophia, you're willing to commit.
How many times do we need to write them on?
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna choose something from here. We're all gonna vote on it, and I need you guys to get a notepad. I don't care what it is, and you're gonna write down your script, and you're gonna handle that objection. You're gonna write down your script, and you're gonna handle that objection. You're gonna write it for 30 days. Saturdays and Sundays are also included. We're all gonna vote on that objection. You could commit to. If you can't, it's fine. I'm just asking you guys. Can you commit to it, Elizabeth? You think you could commit to it? 30 days.
I'm going on vacation, but.
It doesn't matter. Can you commit to it?
Yes, I think I can.
Perfect. Justino, can you commit to it? 30 days. Alex?
Always.
Okay, Alex. Jesse, you want to be part of this experiment? Sure. Okay, for 30 days, we're going to commit to group text each other. Doesn't matter what time of the day is. I would suggest do it at night once things settle down. That way you have your mind clear. We're going to choose an objection here, or we could choose one from here, and we're going to write it down and we're going to handle that objection. Right? Ask me a question. Do I have a buyer? Ask it to me right now.
Do you have a buyer for me?
You know what, Elizabeth? That is a great question. I work with a ton of buyers and sellers, and that's exactly what I do every day. I specialize in generating multiple offers for all of my listings, and that's exactly what I'm going to do for you because we actively pursue buyers. Now, Elizabeth, what works best for you today, 3 to 5? Elizabeth, the 3 p.m. or 5 p.m. work best for you?
3.
See how I repeat the time twice? I give her options. Here's another one. Tell me you have a friend in the business, because I love to hear that. I have an agent already, right? How many of us hear that? I have a friend. I have an agent. I have a family friend. Here it is. Ask me that.
I already have a friend helping me.
You know what, Elizabeth? It's so funny you say that. I think we all have a friend in the business. A matter of fact, Elizabeth, 3 agents live in the same block I live. Now, Elizabeth, it sounds like me like you still want to sell, right? Yeah. You're just considering listing with your friend, right? Right. Elizabeth, if I can show you a way to generate multiple offers and at the same time compensate your friend when they bring me a buyer, would it make sense for both of us to meet? Sure. And that's exactly why we need to meet, Elizabeth. Now, what time works best for you? 3 to 5? Elizabeth, 3 p.m. or 5 p.m.?
5.
See that?
Okay, but it doesn't,
I already did. I made it mine. Remember, the script is a guide to a great conversation. You don't have to know it word per word.
so when we write it, we're gonna write it like.
You're going to write it like this, and then you're going to make it yours.
Okay.
Now, does mine sound scripted the way I said it? No, it doesn't. Because I write it every day. I made it mine. I shortcutted it. But those are the deal killers right now. I'm going to wait till the springtime. Guys, remember, spring is March 20th. Now, Mr. Seller, do you want to be sold in spring or by spring? How long is the escrow?
30 days.
Exactly. In 30 days, we're going to be in March. Can we all agree? So that's what you guys say. You want to sell in April, spring? Perfect. Spring is good. Now, let me ask you this. Do you want to be sold by spring or in spring? Right? But you're not going to know that if you're not practicing. That creates a urgency, just you know. Number two, when somebody's telling you they want to sell in a couple months, they're just stalling you. It's going to throw you off like, oh, okay, the typical amateur agent, and I'll say this one more time, the typical amateur agent, our competition guy sucks. My competition sucks. I'll be transparent. My competition sucks. I know I'm good. You need to tell yourself that. Your competition sucks. 70%, I think it was 74% of agents didn't sell one house last year. Not one, 74. Your competition sucks. But if you're not training and you're not knowing your stuff, that's why your bank account is where it's at.
A few years ago, I had learned that the average closings for an agent is 2 deals a year.
It's probably even, I think last year, who can agree that last year was a tough year? There was so much going on, right? And I beat myself up, guys, and I tell you this once again, not to brag, it's because I care about you guys. I almost did 30 deals. That's not a lot to me. It really isn't. It's very doable. But you guys can do the same thing because Felix gives you guys the tools, the CRMs. You guys get the free leads from Title. The ones, we shouldn't even be paying for leads. You got to go after expires because those are people who sold and they had a bad experience with an amateur agent that didn't do the job. That it was the agent's fault. Imagine this, somebody had plans to be in Texas this month and they didn't get there because their agent didn't get the home sold. It's the agent's fault. And now those people are thinking, oh, my dreams of living in Texas are gone because my house didn't sell. It's because an agent took that listing and didn't do their job and the house didn't sell. So, yeah, these are going to be pissed off people. They're pissed off, right? They might have a job relocation. Maybe they wanted to downsize because their kids went to college. There's so many reasons why these people didn't sell. And now you got for sale by owners. Those are people that think we as agents, we're overpaid. And I'm going to be transparent with you guys. I think we're all overpaid. Who can agree we're overpaid for the amount of work you do? Do you agree you're overpaid? So you think you're worth every penny?
I mean, I think we work really hard.
Well, tell me more about that.
I used to think that we were overpaid when I wasn't an agent.
So let me ask you this, okay?
I'm an agent.
So that's a good thing that Sophia, I'm going to ask Sophia, okay? How much time do you think you invest in a file throughout the 30 days? Once you open escrow, how much time do you think you're investing?
Once I open escrow?
Yeah.
I'm more like a buyer's agent, so
Oh.
once I open escrow, it's not a lot.
Okay, so let's say as a buyer's agent in hours, how many hours you think you're working? Like throughout the whole transaction. On that file, once you open escrow, how many hours are you working? Somebody get a calculator out. Get a calculator out.
10 hours.
10 hours. Okay, what's your average commission check right now? Everybody is like 10,000, right? Can you divide that by 10 hours? 10,000. You're making $1,000. How much? You're making $1,000 an hour. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's before or after taxes?
No, I want you guys to understand how much you're making an hour as an agent because it's hard work. It's really hard work. Go ahead.
You're not accounting for the hours that it took to actually find that buyer and then to take them to like multiple houses and like to submit all these offers and
No,
like.
and not only that, but if she gets involved with the lenders, with escrow, with everybody that needs to be involved.
Okay, so how many hours you think including all that? Give me a ballpark. Let's just say
I think
a regular person, somebody who's,
I think I would do at minimum 20.
okay, 20 hours.
Still $500 an hour.
That's still $500. Who do you know here makes $500 an hour?
The attorney who was here yesterday.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. You guys pay attention. I wanted to bust a joke with her, but I was trying to be serious yesterday. But when she was saying about like your grant, if it's not in a deed, who gets the money? I was gonna say, well, what about the Sanchas? What do they get? I wanted to say that, but I didn't want to joke. Number two, I said, hey, are you guys taking any applications? I saw what they charge, 4%.
No, sorry, sir, it was 9%.
It was nine.
You have to audit.
The first 100,000.
Uh-huh.
It's 4%. any over 100 to the 200 was another 2%, and then from the
Holy.
it was another
That was a good
1%
question to
and
have
1%.
those, because that's gonna give you opportunity to call your past clients that are not in the trust, to have them get a trust, and then they're gonna give you referrals. That's what I do.
Okay, here's, it's beautiful. We're all interacting. I'm gonna give you guys a big nugget right now.
There was an agent that actually pulled the list when they were door knocking to find out how long they lived there. And then he said, "Do you know your house, the other people, you know your house not in the trust?" You know, I know somebody, and then they actually called them and said, "You know what? This sounds too big and you're actually right. I want to buy a house and I want to put it in the trust." But you got to list it.
So that's the question, right? You work with buyers and be transparent with me. We're just using an example, okay? Sophia, how many of those buyers that you deal with, do you help them protect their asset? None.
Zero.
So would a professional or an amateur do that? Ask yourself that question. This is a tough conversation. I need to be tough with you guys, because if I'm not, this is gonna be like, oh, high five, we just checked the box, see you guys tomorrow on Wednesday, and we'll get ready for the food at 12. No, no.
We have a lot to learn about that.
Yeah, I think we
We'll go back.
we can't give people information about, you know, lawyer stuff and all that stuff because we don't have that info. I mean, yesterday we had our class and we're a little bit more knowledgeable about it, but even now, like, still, like, you know, it's not something.
Well, it's not that you would want to tell them about anything. You say, hey, by the way, now, congratulations, here are your keys. By the way, do you guys need, can I refer you guys to somebody who will protect you from losing your biggest asset? Oh, what do you mean? Oh, right? You're just referring them to them.
Every deal I give them, I'll give them a couple of attorney's business cards. I said, listen, if you're looking to get a trust, you close escrow, you're taking title as husband and wife with community property with rights of survivorship. You're still covered, but what if something happens to both of you at the same time? Then your house is gonna go to probate, no matter what. If you don't take title the right way, your house is gonna go to probate.
But this is what we have to refer them to the
Yeah, you
title,
refer
not
them to,
us.
no, you don't, why would you refer them to title? No, I talk to attorneys,
What if
and
we get
attorneys,
along?
when you're talking to a client and you're getting ready to take title, I say, listen, I talked to a couple attorneys, you're more than welcome to call them, but this is the advice that I get from attorneys on how to take title. Because at the end of the day, they can sue you. If you give them the wrong way to take title, they can sue you. But if you're husband and wife, community property with rights of survivorship, but here's a couple of attorneys' business cards, give them a call before you actually fill out this form.
People are going to like that if you do that for them. Because now you're helping me. Like, damn, I didn't know that, Sophia. Thank you.
During COVID, my client was gonna go do the trust. In a week, she was gonna go do a trust. Older lady died of COVID in the hospital in like
Which one
2
are you
hours.
doing? I gotta go.
And so what happened, it was a probate. Until this day, it's been 2 years since I closed that deal. They still haven't got the money because they're all fighting for the money.
All right, well,
Probates all the time, so he knows. How long does it take to get the money on a probate, Chris?
Maria,
12, 18 months. See that?
real quick, because Maria's got to go. Can we all agree on this objection? Raise your hand. Remember, for 30 days, I know who, there's a little group here. I'm going to remind you, I'm going to do a separate group from the better agent. If somebody asks you if you have a buyer for me, do not lie. And do not write up a fake offer. You don't have a buyer, you don't have a buyer. But that's how you're going to answer that question.
So that's where you're gonna role play every.
It's gonna be the objection team?
It's going to be the objection team, and
So you're just saying that when you role play, it's a great question when you're working with some of the buyers and sellers.
Or if we come up with something in an open house or someone that we don't know how to answer, we can always brainstorm, right? How to answer today.
yeah. Bring your objections, but this is the one that we're just agreeing on as a group. We'll agree with this. Remember, you're going to write it down for 30 days.
Write that down every day?
Yeah, you're going to text it to the group that I'm going to make before everybody, I know who's here. Starting today. You could text it at any time. My advice is do it before you go to sleep. It stays in your mind. Trust me, it does. I'm dreaming about saying this. It's weird.
Isn't 30 days too long
No?
for one objection only?
Okay, so why don't we do this next week?
Maybe half, no?
How about next week? No, I think next week is a Tech Tuesday because they want to talk about technology. We'll do it on the following week. Right? We'll go down on the next script and role play. If we all pass, we'll go on to the next objection. Cool? Perfect. So that's 2 weeks. We start today. So here's the rules. In 2 weeks, there's going to be another script and role play. Next week is Tech Tuesday because we got to talk about CRMs and little things. In 2 weeks, I'm going to ask everybody in this group, Sophia, do you have a buyer? Elizabeth, do you have a buyer? You don't have to know it word per word, but along the lines, and then we'll say pass or fail.
So you can't read it to you then, you want it to be in there.
I want, yeah, because Sophia brought up a point that says, do you don't think it's too long to be doing this for 1 whole month? I need it to be ingrained in your brain, so when somebody says, Sophia, do you have a buyer? Boom, you respond like, oh yeah, we have a ton of buyers and sellers. That's exactly what we do. Yeah. Oh, tell me more about that, Felix. Oh, well, we actually have a call center, and this is true. This is what I do. I actually have a call center where we generate over 4,000 outbound calls a day because we like to match our buyers with our listings. And that's exactly what I'm going to do for you. That's why I want to come over and show you that I do that. Then I pull it up on my computer. So in 2 weeks, do you have a buyer for me? Okay, do what you gotta do, but I'm telling you, you want to learn this because I'll be transparent again. I don't want my 2025 to look like 2024. I would have loved an extra 100,000.
You have 100 deals you gotta close.
Yeah, I have 100. I have a big mission to accomplish, and I can't tell you guys to do something that I'm not gonna do because then I look like a liar. How would that make me feel? I'm not gonna allow myself to fail. And even if I do half of that number, at least I did more than last year. Last year, I was 1 deal short. It closed the beginning of January, or I would have done 30 deals. This year's 100 deals. I'm not even there yet. Scary, but it's okay. I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to continue to do it. Because even if I land on 50, I'm halfway there. So just wanted to just kind of like, I know today's conversation has been a little more tough. It's because I see you guys that are here and you guys are consistent. Elizabeth, Justino, Sophia, Maria, Alex, for the most part. Of course, Chris and Elizabeth, but for the most of you, you guys are consistent. I want to make the best of this 45-minute to an hour call. Right? Because you saw how I got that conversation yesterday, right? How was that conversation with that lady, Elizabeth?
It was long, it was lengthy, but very knowledgeable because you were able to answer every single one of the questions.
Yeah, and that takes, like, I do a lot of things you guys don't get to see. I just don't go home and hang out. I don't even watch TV. I don't care about the Super Bowl. I know what's happening. I don't care about the parade yesterday. All that stuff, to me, it has nothing to do with my business. And that's why agents get distracted because they're so worried about all these things that are happening instead of happening what's up here and in your business. If you're not getting expires, raise your hand. Talk to Edgar. He can get you expires and you put them on a dialer. If you don't have a dialer, you can dial 1 call at a time from your CRM, Bold Trail. If you're not a master dialer yet, just start 1 call at a time. The best way to eat an elephant is 1 bite at a time. It's a big elephant, right? But the best way to eat is 1 bite at a time. Just do, even if it's 30, 40 minutes a day, you want to start, take a break and then come back to the phone. Take a break, then come back to the phone. Do it for 3 hours. Try it for a week and see how many conversations you're going to get. And you're going to be like, shit, I should have been doing this a long time ago. Because if you're not going on appointments, you're not going to make no money. That's just the truth. If you're not showing, you're not going to make no money, right? If you're not going to seller appointments, you're not going to make no money. I don't know. We're not getting paid to come here. You're not going to get paid to show up to the office. We have to get you on appointments. And the faster you know that, the better for you. So whatever you guys need help with, I'm here. I'll take a few of you guys to an appointment if I can. I actually have 2 short notice. I have 1 today. I think Carlos is coming with me. I have another one. I don't know if anybody wants to meet me there, but I haven't got the location, but I'm going to Irvine to meet a seller that's selling a property in Hemet. He lives in Laguna Niguel, and he wants to meet me on Friday at 6 p.m., which I know, like Felix says, I'll be stuck in traffic, but hey, I got to do whatever it takes. And that's a beautiful house in Hemet, so I'm just going to show up, do my presentation. I'm not taking the contract because I know he can't sell. The people that are living at that property are victims of the Ethan fire, so he's letting them stay there. They're his friends. And that's another reason why he didn't let me meet them at the house, because he doesn't want to spook them, because he cares about them. So I said, hey, why don't we meet somewhere around your house so that we could get the conversation going. You get to meet me, I get to meet you. If you like what you hear, I ain't going nowhere in August. I'll still be here. Now I know I have a listing in August. So that's why I created urgency to meet with them, because there's going to be other agents that are going to call this guy. Trust me, we're not the only ones calling. Cool? Anybody has any questions? I know it's been a little tough conversation, but you have to have these conversations, and you have Felix here. You guys have a lot of support. You guys have more support than anybody else does anywhere else. I can tell you that right now. And remember, you don't have to pay for leads. You got Edgar right there. Edgar can give you guys free leads. Free leads of people that didn't sell their house. Cool? Everybody good?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, man. Happy Tuesday. Let's go kill it. Damn, I can't believe we're already in February.